Welcome to the first Musky Tales podcast. With us here we have Kyle Dunn from Dunn Outdoors. Thanks for being here today, Kyle. Yep, we've been looking forward to doing this for a while. We've been talking and excited about starting this off and kind of having you share some of your experiences with us and talking about the great outdoors and kind of what's to come. So. Being that it's our first podcast, we have Kyle with us here, and we're going to talk a little bit about how we met, kind of the fishery in general with the chain, and kind of some of Kyle's background, and a lot of other things we'll cover as well. But also have some great beers from Lake Zurich Brewery here that I think halfway through we might dive into. So
yeah, that sounds good.
So, but thinking back to when we first met, probably 2, 3, 4 years ago at this point, was across the street at the boat launch, and you and some buddies were out there, I think ice fishing at the time, and kind of just happened to dumb luck run into each other out there. And, ever since then, we've been strong supporters for each other and kind of helping each other out in a lot of different ways. You here at the shop and us trying to promote you and your tournaments and stuff. And it's been a great relationship, and I look forward to kind of where things are going in the future. But I guess tell me a little bit about Dunn Outdoors and kind of how you started all that. And
okay. I remember when we first met, it was not as warm as it was now.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you just bought this place recently, and I wasn't even sure who owned it.
Yeah.
But we came over and had dinner and a couple beers, and the rest is history. We got along great, and I like the shop and the idea of the bar and the bait shop, and it's going good so far.
I could tell when you guys were out there the first time that you were some serious anglers, because you guys seemed pretty hardcore at the time. So
yeah, that was fun day.
Do you remember who you were out there with at the time?
Billy and Jason, actually.
Was it? Okay.
My fishing partner, Billy Edcock, and then his cousin.
So definitely some hardcores then.
Yeah,
so
we had fun. But
good stuff.
No, with Dunn Outdoors, ever since I was little, probably since I was 11 or 12, I had the idea of, becoming a pro fisherman, becoming something that people could look up to. And, the whole watching TV shows every night with fishing, and I wanted to do that. So even when I was 12 or 13, come home on my bike and Mom, look what I got. I got all these perch or all these crappies. I'm like, film me real quick. And I got videos of myself 12 years old. Hey, I'm Kyle from Dunn Outdoors.
Cool. And now that you're 16, that's pretty cool to look at, right?
What is that? 12 years?
12 years ago?
14 years. 14 years later, I'm 26 now.
All right.
I'm actually doing it right now.
Okay.
So it's cool to actually become what I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's gone places. I have 6 guys on my pro staff for Dunn Outdoors.
Very cool.
We do videos and we do pictures of hunting or fishing or any trips that we do. We do some trips down south, deer hunting. And whenever one of us go out of town, we'll try to do a little, 5-minute video on what we're doing and why we're doing it and what we're fishing for or whatever we're doing. So it's going good. The whole idea of Dunn Outdoors was just trying to get more people involved in outdoors, whether it be camping or fishing or hunting or anything. We're just trying to help people get out there and do it more. Okay.
And was that going at the time we had met? Do you remember back then? I think you did.
I think I started it doing the Facebook and YouTube and website and everything probably about 2013, 2014.
Started becoming more of a business at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
So going forward with it more. I had to get a little more knowledge and everything, but it's going well.
And how often do you film now?
It's kind of hard to self-film. I mean, I'm very busy with the tournaments.
Sure.
So I try to film as much as I can with GoPros. And if I have somebody that just wants to come out fishing, if they're somewhat into fishing, but just going out on the boat just to have fun, I'll have them grab a camera and we'll do a little video in here and there.
And how are you promoting that via social media? What are you doing? What are your outlets?
We got a website. It's dunoutdoors.com. And then we got Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Wow.
So we got a little bit of outlets here and there.
There you go. All right. You're going to have to teach me about that stuff sometime because I know nothing. So
yeah, there's a lot of younger generation on it, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
So
good deal. And so Dunn Outdoors has been going. You got the video stuff happening.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about the hunting space because I know you're always liking your hunting. I just kind of
we're kind of
always
seasonal.
think fishing when I see you.
We're all seasonal.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
I mean, January through March, we're ice fishing.
Yeah.
Mostly, pretty much all the guys in the pro staff ice fish.
Okay.
And then, spring comes around, we're putting in food plots for the deer, which it's kind of hard to do because that's when open water fishing starts too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard balancing hunting and fishing throughout the spring and early summer. Like now I haven't even got my food plots in.
Okay.
But we'll get them in soon. And summertime is just strictly fishing. And then we'll roll in the fall. We'll start bird hunting, duck hunting, goose hunting.
Okay.
And then winter is usually deer hunting. And then repeat. Ice fishing comes quick. So.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep. And sometimes it takes a little longer to get here, but then,
sometimes.
Yeah, and the seasons are interesting and we can just kind of roll with them just like anything else.
It's
You
nice,
just kind of go with it.
Though the seasons, because we have those opportunities here to, we can ice fish and then we can a month later be open water fishing.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people will ask me about the business is they'll be like, hey, when's your down season? There really isn't. Yeah, if anything, December maybe because you're in that weird transition
Sketchy
with the ice and the holidays and all that. But outside of that, it's just busy. I mean, you're in the shop here enough to see kind of the traffic and people coming through. So what about sponsors? Do you have some sponsors for Dunn Outdoors right now?
Yeah, we do. It'll be through kind of my tournament series.
Okay.
With the WWA World Walleye Association.
Okay.
I fish out here in the chain.
Yep.
I have 5 or 6 sponsors that help me out through the year.
Okay.
Obviously, Musky Tails and Time to Bite.
Yep.
And then I have Economy Power Transmission.
Okay.
And B3 Concrete, which is my partner Billy. His concrete company just got them this year.
Cool.
And this year, I actually recently got them through Instagram. It's called Disabled Outdoorsman. Which is a fella, I believe he is disabled also, and he has a ranch in Texas that takes disabled hunters or fishermen, take them out hunting or fishing.
Okay.
Whether it be their wheelchair or they have one arm.
Okay.
Just gets out in the outdoors and has fun. It's awesome.
And that's actually become a sponsor, or
they just became a sponsor this year a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So that's very new. I have Cutler Customs, who makes all my stickers.
Okay.
They're based out of Kenosha, and they make good stickers that last all year. I also have Brothers Rising Motorcycle Club. Okay. And Dunn Outdoors.
Okay.
So
very cool. And are you looking for other types of sponsorship for tournaments or for Dunn Outdoors? Or
I fished up in the NTC in Sault Ste. Marie this year, National Team Championship. Okay. And I'm around all these nice Rangers and nice lawns. And I see a Mercury, I see Evinrude, but I didn't see many Hondas. So I actually reached out to Honda this year and emailed them, seeing if they wanted to get in the walleye world a little more and become a sponsor. And still waiting on word back from them. But
takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. Trying to get, a little more versatile. Okay. With the motors. Okay. In the walleye world. I'd like a couple rod and reel sponsors. Okay. So I'm looking for a couple of those, messaging a couple of those. So we'll see what happens next year.
Well, with a second place finish in the championship, that might help get you a little bit of exposure. So
yeah, that was a fun championship from last year, WWA.
Yeah.
Top 15 teams fish it. Yep. So, I mean, everyone's a good stick. Yeah. And the first day was a little tough. We didn't get any big ones. We came in 9 pounds first day. Okay. And first place team was sitting with 18 pounds, so they had double our weight.
After the first day?
After the first day. So we were 9 pounds behind. The second day we went out, we got our 6 fish quick. And then we upgraded 2 big ones within about 2 minutes of each other. Okay. About a 25 incher and a 24 and a half incher. And then that put us up at 14 pounds. So
very nice.
And the first place teams kind of didn't do so well the second day. Okay. So we came in second.
Kind of crept up there, huh?
It was a close race.
Do you remember what big fish was for the tournament?
I believe it was like 7.85. It was almost 8 pounds. Okay. And that's 2 tournaments in a row. We had 8-pound fish out here. So the fishery's doing good. A lot of big fish.
Okay. Well, that wasn't here though. That was at.
No, that's here.
Okay.
That's for the 2018 championship here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
No, but I'm talking about with the tournament, the championship itself. What do you remember? What was big fish there?
It was 8 pounds.
Oh, that was okay. Yeah,
it was close to 8 pounds.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. And as far as tournament last year, were you in the top 15 to fish the championship last year? Then
last year we did good.
Okay.
Our goal every tournament is just get 6 fish, because it's points and weight.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get our 6 fish early, and then we'll go and look for big ones.
Okay.
We came in with 6 fish every tournament except one, I believe. Came in 5.
Okay.
We got 3rd place last year.
All right.
The year before was 2nd, so we're right there in first place.
That's awesome. Yeah, good for you. Well, good. I'm glad we're sponsoring and supporting you. So
thank you.
It gets us some good exposure too that way. So
we just finished the tournament yesterday.
Okay.
We finished 11th, and that put us in 2nd place right now for points. So we got a couple more tournaments to go. So we're 4 points behind first place, which is only 1 fish.
Sure.
So we'll see how the end of the year goes.
And how many tournaments?
We do 6
qualifiers?
tournaments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many are left then right now?
3.
There's 3 left. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. When's the next one?
August 4th.
August 4th.
So we got a month off.
Okay. Yeah.
Finally.
The hot month of July.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot one.
So good deal. All righty. And being that you talked about, starting Dunn Outdoors at a young age and being involved at, at 12, 13 years old and trying to do the videotape, and especially with today's world of YouTube and everything else, all these kids, and the younger generations out there seeing all of this, activity in the fishing world. I guess, what do you see, or what's your thoughts on the youth, in today's world? And, do you see kids starting fishing at younger ages, or is it no different than when you were a kid, you think? Or
I mean, I think it's a little different. I mean, there's obviously more social media and more video games and all that to keep kids inside.
Okay.
And that's a part of the reason why I started Dunn Outdoors, like I said, to get kids and even older people out in the outdoors and doing it. I think a big part of having the kids go in the outdoors is who they're brought up around. If they're not brought up around fishermen or outdoorsmen, they're probably not going to go fishing, So like you do a kids event here every year.
Yep.
That's perfect, because one person hears about it and that person doesn't go fishing and has their kid come here, and stuff like that I think helps a lot. Events.
Are you seeing any kids at any of the tournaments kind of watching their dad or brothers or any of that stuff? Oh,
yeah. I mean, even the tournaments that I fish regularly, I see a lot of younger kids coming out.
Yeah. And that's cool to see when they're watching all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
I think the events help a lot with bringing young kids out. So,
are there any youth organizations or programs that you're either connected to or know of that, you'd say, hey, these are good programs for kids to get involved with?
We do a kids tournament every year through the WWA.
Okay. And is that August?
Yeah, that's coming up in August. I think it's mid-August.
Okay. I remember. Yep.
I think we're going to launch out of here also.
I believe we are. Yep.
Yeah. So that'd be good. We usually, I think you can take 2 or 3 kids out on the boat, and it's a good time. I mean, the kids love it. Yeah. There's nothing better than having even 4, 5, 6-year-old reeling in a walleye or catfish or anything. It's
do you remember last year what was the youngest kid, just so people that might
there was
be watching
4 or 5-year-olds
there is
out there. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they don't really need to know a whole lot.
Yep.
You
guys could do the teaching and
we
teach them the fish. So okay.
I think the social media has a good impact on everything also, though. I mean, because you get like myself making these videos and the kids can watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of sitting on the computer watching it, like, hey, I want to go fishing today.
Right. Actually do it.
Go
sure.
Try that.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple of the local crowd that comes through, and it's great, with even the bait and stuff. Kids come in buying the bait, and, they get a kick out of that. And it's, fun to see them kind of energized and excited about, going out, whether it be with their, grandparents or neighbor or whoever it may be. So
yeah, I fished a couple ice fishing tournaments. I did one on Fox Lake, and there was 2 kids probably about 12 years old.
Okay.
And they were bringing in some fish. I mean, they're very good fishermen.
Right.
So
yeah.
There's still a younger generation that is out there fishing consistently.
Sure.
And even the high school tournaments.
Yeah, it's cool to see that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe the future of fishing is still good, as long as we keep pushing on it and keep getting everybody involved.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah, with the high school, fishing programs, obviously a lot of bass stuff. Is there any walleye stuff in that age?
No, it's I think the bass, tournament on TV, the Major League Fishing, the Bass Masters, that's kind of pushed people towards bass fishing.
Sure.
Walleye, I'm not bashing bass guys,
right.
but walleye is a little bit more tougher.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think that has a big impact on it too.
Okay.
I mean, bass fishing's a little more fun too. You get to cast all the time.
There's a little more action with it.
It's more action.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I kind of like the Musky stuff too. There's no Musky programs, but maybe in time. So and we've even talked
changing.
Yeah, we've even talked about trying to promote even the youth stuff with ice fishing, trying to just like what they do with the bass, high school programs is come up with an ice fishing circuit of some sort. So we're trying to make a push with some of that. Me and a few other alliances as well. So very good. With ice fishing in mind, I guess let's talk ice fishing quickly. What, I know you love your walleye and I've seen you catch some great crappie. Outside and catfish as well during some of the winter tournament stuff. So you fish a lot of things, so let's talk ice fishing for a minute.
This year was fun because I helped you set up the Musky Tails ice fishing tournament this year. Series went well.
Yep.
That was fun doing bluegills and crappies. Hopefully next year I have a couple more people come.
Sure, yeah.
We got some newer faces coming at the end, which was good.
Yeah, we did. And if I remember the first one or two, I think we did 3 or 4 tournaments. In the first 1 or 2, we had no ice or very poor ice. So we kind of we had some judgment calls. Yeah.
Right,
so, so it was tough to get some momentum. But all in all, it was a success, no doubt. So do you enjoy the ice fishing anymore? Any different than the open water stuff?
It was funny because, Saturday? It was 85, 86 degrees and no wind.
Yeah, you didn't want to be out there.
You're sitting there fishing, 2 rods, and you're like, told my partner, I'm like, hey, what sounds good right now? Ice fishing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a beer.
No, it's just ice fishing, being cool ice.
Yeah.
You get used to it. It's part of the seasonal change here.
Right.
I do love ice fishing. I'd come out here on the chain right on Channel Lake. And when I was a little dude, we'd go catfishing or walleye fishing at night. And I was out there 5, 6 years old with him in the shack.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been doing it a long time.
Okay.
And my dad's kind of gotten out of it. I think he's just done with the cold. He's been doing it for 25, 30 years. So
I can relate to that.
He's kind of done with it.
Yeah.
But I still love it. I'll go till there's 2 inches of ice, which you shouldn't do probably, but
right. Yeah.
I'll get the late ice bite and it's phenomenal.
Okay.
Do all kinds of ice fishing too. Usually I'd start early season with, the crappies because they're on fire early season.
Right.
First ice crappies, the weeds are still a little green out there, so you can find good weeds still and fish around those. As the season goes on, I'll try to change to catfish, which is an interesting species to target. Normally people don't.
Right. You don't see a lot of that.
Last 4 or 5 years, I got on a good bite out here in the chain, and it's a blast. They hit so hard and they fight great.
It's interesting because a lot of the catfish, we see more cats come out of here than a lot of other species in general. Cats seem to hit virtually any bait. Yeah.
I've had
crazy baits.
A couple of my pro staff guys catch, I think it was like a 15-pound channel on a chatterbait.
Nice.
Random top waters.
Right. I've heard that too. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, ice fishing, I love it. I'm excited for this series this year too. I like doing tournaments. I like the camaraderie of everything. Everyone's, so nice, and you get to meet new people and get kids involved. There's a couple of kid teams this year.
Yep.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
So
is the ice fishing, so let's talk crappie for a minute. Is ice fishing crappie completely different than open water fishing crappie?
It's fairly similar.
Okay.
The crappies don't really move too far.
Okay.
Obviously you got the spawn in the spring, and they're going to run up in the channels and 2 through 3 feet of water.
Okay.
But you can also catch them in January in 2, 3 feet of water if you got good weeds. So everything stays the same. I think you have 2 different types of crappies also with ice fishing and open water. Because you can go here in Channel Lake in the bay and catch nice crappies in 3, 4 feet of water.
Okay.
But then you can go right out here in 25 feet of water on a good break the same day and get into a school of crappies.
Okay.
So, there's deep water and there's shallow water crappies. you have options with crappies, which is fun.
All right.
And the crappies out here are getting huge. I mean,
yeah, we
pre-fishing for the NAIFC tournament, caught a 16-inch, 2.3 pound crappie.
One day too soon.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was fun to see though.
Yeah, that was a good fish.
Yeah.
Should be coming in soon, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna have that here in the bar, and I'm sure you got your own copy going home. So yeah, the replica will be nice.
A couple next week or so.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In, so
okay.
Get some pictures of that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So
no crap. I mean, even on yesterday, we were on just a little break from a 3-foot flat to going down to 8 feet, and we caught 30 crappies walleye fishing. You know?
Oh, really?
Just worms, leeches, minnows, didn't matter.
No kidding.
I mean, they were hitting good. So.
Yeah. Any big ones yesterday? Or?
No, not real big ones.
No.
One of the teams caught like a 14.5 incher, which is a good one.
Yeah.
We were catching 9, 10 inchers, but
all in the same areas where the walleye are, huh?
Yeah. I mean, all these fish are mixed together.
Yeah.
Even during ice fishing, you get that. You'll get in the crappie bite, and then you'll catch 3 or 4 walleyes in a row. They
chase in the same type of baits or bait typically. Yeah.
I think that's a big.
You got a hot call coming in, or
it's our alarm.
Oh, hey, what time is it?
6:20.
All right.
No, it's
time for fishing or a beer. Actually, I think I might open this. So
I'm getting dry mouth.
There you go. That was the timer. Cheers. Let's go get a 14-inch crappie.
Mm-hmm.
So with the crappie fishing, then, so you're catching them where the walleye were yesterday.
Right. Like I was saying in ice fishing.
I
mean, these fish are getting so big. I think it's the shad population out here that they're thriving on.
Okay.
I mean, the walleyes are getting bigger. Everything's getting bigger.
Right.
The muskies are getting bigger. And that's what you'll see out there, ice fishing, even open water fishing. If you're watching your locators, you'll see just everything light up with big balls of bait.
Okay.
And you go on top or below them, you're going to catch fish because those fish are just following those big schools of bait.
Okay.
Yeah, I think all these fish are eating the same bait, you know. I mean, you obviously got the minnows and the bugs and the weeds, but it's kind of a changing system the last 5 or 6 years for sure. Do
you favor live bait versus artificial, or does it?
I personally do.
Okay.
I mean, you got guys that will just troll. I mean, it goes for everything. Muskies, walleyes, all the predator fish. You have guys that will troll. And you have guys that will go a little closer to shore and pitch weeds or pitch break lines or drag jigs. The way I was brought up with my dad and my fishing partner, we did a lot of rigging, you know, with live bait.
Okay.
So here in the chain, 95% of the time I'm live bait, you know, rigging or pitching or dragging jigs or something like that.
Okay.
You kind of got to get it down to a science.
Okay.
I mean, I've been doing it.
Takes time to figure it out. Yeah.
I started tournaments when I was 13 years old, so I've been doing it for 13 years now.
Did you start with your dad then in tournaments, or?
No, I actually started with my same partner. I have
with Billy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's like a brother to me. He's been around my whole life. So he brought me hunting. He brought me fishing.
That's cool. Nice.
My dad and his dad fish tournaments. I'm like, I'll just fish with you.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was really good at it.
So it was dads against the kids then?
Is that kind of what it was? Father, son and son.
Yeah, that's cool.
Been doing it for a long time.
Well, that's friendly competition.
Oh yeah.
So
that's fun.
Yeah. Good stuff.
It's good seeing, you know, Dunn and Adcock on the top.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Fun.
Yeah. Have you guys ever paired up that way where teams 1 and 2 or 2 of the top 3, Dunn and Adcock?
We've finished close together multiple times.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good stuff. Now, we talked about the artificial baits versus live bait and stuff. When you're using artificial for walleye, I'm talking about now, is there any specific color in general, more natural versus bright, or, you know, does it, I mean, your own personal, your own favorite, if you had a go-to bait, you know, would you, and you had to use artificial, would you use?
I would go, I mean, you can run 3 rods per person. So you got 6 rods out there with 6 baits. I would go half natural colors, you know, bluegill, crawfish, perch. Perch colors. That's what I would, those 3 baits I'd have on one. And then I'd go, depending on watercolor. I'd go bright or I'd go dark.
What about here on the chain?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it depends on the watercolor. Yeah. Like right now, it's all muddied up.
We were in no wake for almost a month.
Yep.
And the water, you could see 6 feet down.
Yeah.
So those walleyes, they can see that bright color coming by, and they have time to look at it 6 feet away. They're like, I'm not sure about that. It's off, you know.
Sure. Yeah, it's off.
So in that situation, clear water, I would use a darker color so you have to get closer, and it's kind of like a reaction bite, you know.
Okay.
So if they're coming up to it, what color is this? What is this? And then it's just a reaction, they're going to hit it.
Try and trick them.
Yeah. So use purples and blues and, you know, even blacks. Black with a little bit of white. I've had really good luck with that. Really?
Okay. You're not giving any of your tournament secrets away now, are you?
I don't.
All your competitors are going to be checking. So
yeah, it depends on water clarity. You got to pay attention to your surroundings when you're out there.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that come into the shop, or I meet them across the street at the launch where we met, and you know, they're asking, "Hey, you know, what's the bite?" And I'm honest with them. I tell them, you know, I don't get out enough to fish. I kind of hear through everybody else coming through, and our own pro staff and stuff like that with you. And I always tell people, either, you know, give me some time and I'll get you the answers, or just call Kyle or whoever else, you know, directly. But guys do ask. Somebody was just asking over the weekend, you know, how deep are the walleye right now, I guess. And I told them, I'm like, I don't know, but I'll see Kyle real soon. So I'll find out. So, you know, with that being said, how deep are people finding walleye right now? Is it a day-to-day thing, or in general, they're looking for certain water temps? Or
the whole year's been kind of weird. In the beginning of the year, you know, they're just getting done spawning. The water's colder, they're not moving as fast, so they're just getting done spawning, coming out of the creeks, coming off the rock piles, shallow areas. I mean, you would want to fish anywhere from a foot to 5 feet. I mean, you're fishing shallow. And then as the year progresses, they'll move out, you know, into 12, 13, 14 feet. And rebuild their strength from spawning. It takes a lot of these fish to spawn, you know. They'll even just lay in the mud for 4 or 5 days. When those new weeds start popping up, that's what you want to look for, is weed growth and current. And weed growth is oxygen. Oxygen is going to bring the bait, brings fish. So pitching weeds early spring, summer. Anywhere from, well, it was weird because we had to get clear water again. So we had weeds in 8 feet of water. I was on a Marie and seen weeds in 8 feet of water. I was going with my spot. I'm like, there's weeds out here. There's probably fish out deep. So again, you have to pay attention to your surroundings depending on how the lake is.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people associate walleye with deeper water, but to your point, here, you could find them in you find them shallow.
We catch most of our fish pre-fishing and tournament fishing in the lakes in less than 5 feet of water. 80% of the time.
Wow.
I mean, you go to the rivers, it's a little different depending on what river, if you're fishing the North River, the South River. Yeah, I mean, the rivers, you can fish 10-foot holes. It's going to be a little cooler in the summer, you know? Could be 80 degrees like it is now on top, but in that 10, 12-foot hole, it could be, you know, 70. And those walleyes like the cool water. It's a little darker, and that comes into play too. Yeah, and you talked about the current. I know a lot of times out here, you'll find people fishing the bridges and that type of thing. And is that primarily because of the flow and the current there? The current will concentrate pretty much any fish. I mean, if you have high water, like we've had a lot this year, bridges or bottlenecks where that current's going to focus those fish, because those fish will feel it out in the lakes and come right to it. To the main source of it. It's kind of like the same idea as a dam or anything. I mean, any lock and dam. And will they stage like only once or twice a day, or will they just kind of hang out there all day long? They'll just kind of hang out there, huh? They'll move left, right, back. They'll go 100 yards back and come right back up. So it's not like they just go there, feed, and swim away. And they'll hang out as long as that current's there. And the water's not too dirty. They can see and breathe and eat. They'll be there. Nice. I feel like I'm ready to get in a tournament soon. So this is good stuff. Yeah, right. I don't know. I gotta see about that one. You mentioned about the spawning and the season and stuff like that. Do you know much about kind of the reproduction and the chain system at all, or the stocking and kind of what's going on with all that? I mean, I know with the muskies, it's all stocking. Which they're doing a great job. I mean, usually I get a musky bite with my light tackle with walleyes. I'll hook up with them and lose them. But I usually get one once a month probably. I'm not fishing for them. So there's plenty of muskies in the system. I think they're doing a good job with that.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing the pictures that you guys are sharing, and a couple of guys this weekend caught some up here in the North Lakes. For the walleyes, I think it's going good. I mean, I don't believe they have been stocking them.
Okay.
It's all natural reproduction now.
Okay.
Because there's really no need to stock them because they're thriving.
Doing that well, yeah.
Everything's perfect for them. They got the creeks to go up in, and a lot of rocks and sand here on the chain. Okay. So they're doing well. Okay. And I think that the fry and the little fish that are just getting spawned or coming to life, you know, they're not getting targeted as much with the shad population. Okay. Because these fish are feeding on the shad. So I think the little ones are thriving. Surviving a little more, yeah. I mean, this year we've caught, every time I talk to any fisherman, they're catching these little walleyes, 8 to 10 inch walleyes. And those are last year's fish. Okay. So it'd be 2018 spawn. And there's thousands. You're catching 30, 40 a day. Okay. Everybody's catching that many. So in a couple of years, we'll have a good walleye bite again. It's kind of slow this year. I think we're missing a year class of fish. Okay. As in something happened with the spawn, because I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, we had kind of a warm spell that melted all the ice. And the fish went to go spawn and it got real cold again. I think that kind of threw some fish off and the spawn didn't go very well. Okay. Would the flooding of 2017 possibly affect that in any way, or not necessarily? Oh, I don't think so. No? Okay. Because that was July. I mean, these fish... Yeah, that's true. All the little ones were kind of grown up already. Right. Yeah, something happened weird a couple of years ago. We're missing a year of fish, I think. Okay. Because you'll catch a couple 14, 15, 16s, but you'll catch more 17-inch fish than you will a 14-inch fish right now. And obviously they have the slot. So talk about that real quick in terms of what that's supposed to do and how that improves fishing. The main reason the slot is just protect those females that are their peak spawning age. Okay. The 18 to 24 inch. You're not supposed to keep them. Catch them, get a picture, let them go. They're fun to fight. They're fun to catch. Yeah. But not in tournament. I mean, we caught 13 or 14 this week. In that range, yeah. Yeah. That hurts. It does hurt. I mean, you're on a big fish spot. You net the fish. They all look like they're 26, 27 inches in the net. Right. You put them on the tape, and you're like 23 and a half. It's good fishing, though. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the slot, your class is great. I mean, you'll go catch 10, 12 a day. Okay. If you're on a school of fish. And how long have they been doing that slot? Because that I don't know. Ever since really? I remember, okay, so that's been a long time. It's been a long time, and it's working because you're catching these, the little 8, 10-inch walleyes now. Right. I think it's a good idea. Okay. I think they're doing it right. And you can keep one over 24? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can keep one over 24. Okay. I personally don't, just because I like those. I mean, the bigger the fish, the more eggs you're going to have out of that fish for next year. Okay. You get more walleyes up that way. The big ones are fun to catch and everything, good for pictures. But personally, I let them go. I mean, it's fishing. There's regulations. You do what you want. They have. That's part of it. Yep. Yeah. And I think that, like you said, the DNR and conservation has a pretty good handle on what they're doing and why. I think they're doing a good job. If it's there, then don't feel bad for taking a 24 plus, I guess. Right. So do what you want with fish. All the other species are doing good. I'm seeing bluegills in their beds right by your launch. Seeing the other day. Sure, yeah. So there's plenty of bluegills to be had. The crappies are great. They're getting huge. Yep. I mean, I think there was a 17-inch crappie caught, right? By Michael. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he caught a nice one on his jigs that he makes. Twisted ties. Correct, yep. We'll have him on another day talking crappie. Yeah. So everything's doing great. The bass, there's some big bass bags coming in. I got 2 guys that are with Dunn Outdoors Pro staff. That's right. They fish the Mutiny. Yep. And they fish Blarney's. They won 3 tournaments ago, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah. They got first place, 16 pounds for 5 bass. I mean, there's some big bass out here. They're feeding good too. I don't think they're catching these big bass 4 or 5 years ago. Correct. Yeah. I mean, we hear a lot of that. Yeah. So everything's what a great fishery with the bass as well. Yeah, so the fishery's good. Fishery's real good. Yep. Catfish, carp, we got it all covered out here. So, and that's one thing that I don't think people realize. How did the bow fishing
Good. Yeah. Yeah. I think winning team had 25 fish. They don't weigh the fish. They just do kind of a numbers thing, but winning team had 25. And it was interesting because the carp were all over and the bow fishing guys were laughing about it. Carp were everywhere for days and days. And, they were on the shore, and then 2 days or a day or two before the tournament, temperatures dropped a little bit. And I think the fish moved out deep. So when they moved out deep, they were harder for these guys to find. They couldn't see them. It was tough to shoot them. So they didn't get the numbers that they expected. But then the other day when I was out at the launch, everyone was saying the same thing. Carp are back in again. They're all they're on the shoreline. So it's like these guys had just a bad timing on, the fish moving out, and that's how it goes. Exactly. So maybe we'll have more carp because they didn't get as many, but that's how it goes. They're going to do another event though. They enjoyed it and it went over well.
We're going to do another one this
we're going to do one in August. Yeah.
August.
They're going to try and target an August date because it was a big success on both ends, and went over well. So we're going to try and do that.
I'll be at that one. I was out of town for the last one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. You and your hunting stuff. So, yep. So let's talk Lake Michigan fishing. I know you get out there and do some of that, and you spend most of your time here on the chain, but you do get out to fish Lake Michigan. So tell me about that.
How it started was my grandpa, my dad's dad, shore fished.
Okay.
Down at the new plant in Zion or Waukegan discharge, and was an awesome salmon fisherman. He's no longer with us. Died when I was 3, but he passed on traditions to my dad, to Billy. He fished with my grandpa a lot.
So do you shore fish when you go there then?
Well, that's kind of how it started. It was a nice day out. We had a nice wind, and I'm like, I'm going to go down to Lake Michigan in front of this creek and see if I can catch some salmon. Caught my limit in like 15 minutes. I'm like, that was awesome. Yeah. And I was just getting into buying a boat, so I bought a boat and went out there, and I bought all the gear and go try it. Went out and tried it and caught my limit and brought some more people, catching limits, having fun. It's a little different fishing. You're trolling with flies or crankbaits, or it's a little different out there, but it's a good time. I enjoy it.
So you're doing salmon. You're not doing walleye fishing out there then?
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's all salmon fishing, mostly out of, the southern part of Lake Michigan. Perch.
All right.
Perch is not as popular as it was 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
The numbers just kind of went down. They're coming back slowly, though. It's getting a little better.
Okay.
And, salmon fishing's great.
Is salmon good in July too then?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the month being off of the walleye circuit and stuff, you might do some salmon fishing here?
Yeah. I'm going to go out later this week with a couple buddies. So cool. Just have fun, and it's nice to be out there and catch. You can't beat a salmon dinner.
That is true. Yep.
Smoke them. You can do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Some guys were out there this weekend. They caught their limit in a couple hours.
And what are the limits on those?
It's 5 per person.
5 per, okay.
80 to 120 feet. So, if the winds are good, which you got to pay attention to out there, because it's not like out here where it's all windy, I'll just come in shore, which is right there. You're 5-10 miles out, so you got to pay attention to the weather, and it gets scary out there. So
how different are water temps?
Cold.
Yeah. Big difference
than
what we got here.
It's probably 80. Water temp here is 80, 82.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Out there in the lake, it's probably 55, 60.
Yeah.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
Depending on the current and the wind, how everything goes. So it's a lot deeper lake. It takes a while for all that water warm up.
Sure. Okay.
But I enjoy it. It's different. You're doing all these walleye tournaments all spring and summer, and get out there in a little different lake and get to do different fishing.
Okay.
It's fun.
Good stuff.
It.
Yeah.
We'll have to go.
Yeah, there you go. Sign me up. I got to find time. Exactly. Yeah. And then you got the hunting stuff. So are you doing anything for Dunn Outdoors other than the filming, when you go hunting, or what types of?
I tried to get in contact with a couple of veterans.
Okay.
I think it was last year.
With that group that you were talking about? The disabled or no? No, so this is completely separate than that. Okay.
I had the idea to take a veteran out.
So do some vets. Okay.
And I went to the VFW Mini Beach and went to a couple other places, and I didn't have any takers, which was surprising.
Okay. So just to do some hunting. Yeah.
Yeah, just take a veteran out.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm thankful for all they did for me, and I wanted to give back if someone used to hunt and they can't no more, or if they're disabled or anything. I just wanted to go get a deer or go goose hunting.
Yeah, to spend the time.
Something. And it just didn't happen. I didn't have any takers, but with taker vet fishing this year, which was great. I had fun with that. That was a good time. Took 2 veterans out and we caught some fish.
Yeah, and you probably have some connections and contacts through that now.
Hopefully I can get a couple guys to come out this fall.
Call those same vets you took out fishing and see if they want to go hunting. Yeah. Did you guys talk hunting at all? Or? No, not that fishing. Day. Okay. So, yeah.
So I'm trying to do that with hunting, take some veterans out. And it's a lot easier to film hunting than it is fishing, I think.
Because?
I mean, you have more room. Obviously, on a boat, you're confined. If you have 1 or 2 people on the boat, it gets a little congested. If you have a boat that's just filming like we did last year.
Tyler and Brianna.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a little easier, with just a boat, follow boat that films.
Right.
But with hunting, with deer hunting or goose hunting, you can put a guy in the blind and film.
Yep.
You can have another tree stand up in the tree with you. And their focus is just filming. With fishing, it's like, oh, he's catching fish. I'm going to set this camera down and catch a fish with him.
Right.
So it's a little easier to film in that aspect. But the moment when the big bucks come in, the geese are coming in the land, it's hard to get everything to work perfect. Because sometimes you only have 30 seconds to get the shot off on deer.
Right.
It happens so fast, it's hard to get that action shot. So that is difficult with hunting, with filming.
Yeah.
But,
so
I think.
Would you like to spend more time taking vets out? Is that kind of part of what you envision Dunn Outdoors to be? Is taking vets out and kind of doing
more
something
vets
like that?
and more children and more people that don't get the opportunities to go hunting or fishing like I do.
Okay.
I'm blessed. I mean, I can go
whenever you want. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Yeah.
But people that are, limited mobility or that just don't have anybody to take them.
Yeah.
I'd love to bring them out and take them fishing.
During fishing season, how many days a week do you think you're on the water?
Probably 3 days a week.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. Usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes during the week after work.
Okay. And do you prefer morning fishing versus night fishing, or is afternoon ideal?
For the chain, I like the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Till 3-4 o'clock when that sun starts getting low, it's a weird bite. Everything changes. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out. Never really had success night fishing or evening fishing for walleyes or crappies.
Okay.
The catfish. I mean, the catfish fishing.
Catfish are good at night, huh?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Now, aren't a lot of times isn't walleye fishing good at night sometimes though in certain waters?
I think in clear water lakes, like
is that what
Geneva,
it is? Yeah, okay.
It's really clear, and guys go out there at night.
That's right, I do hear. Yeah, okay.
And they'll catch really nice ones.
Okay.
But, I mean, out here in the chain, the water's it's shallower system, so the boats turn up that mud. And it's just a muddier system.
Sure. Okay.
It's not that the water's like contaminated or anything. It's just the mud from the boat. Is what it is, which makes the water dirtier.
Sure, it was clear as could be until this weekend.
Exactly.
So yep.
Yeah, I never really. I mean, my buddy went out here and was catfishing and got into 6 or 8 walleyes.
Oh, really?
Night.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
You can catch them at night.
Right. Yeah. Just fish for something else.
Right. I just like
then
fishing.
You'll get them. Yeah. I hear you. What about a Dunn Outdoors in terms of kind of where you're going with the business? You mentioned you got 6 pro staff right now working with you, and kind of what lies ahead, and where do you see yourself? And
we're looking for some product to get out.
Okay.
We got to come up with something to establish ourselves. Like, this is Dunn Outdoors product.
Okay.
So we're coming up with that, brainstorming a little bit on that.
Okay.
I mean, we all have full-time jobs, so it's hard to get together and come up with ideas and get together and film all the time. So hopefully we can batten down the hatches and do a little bit more focusing on filming and getting more content out. Hopefully do better on the YouTube. And I mean, the goal in my mind would be to get on, Pursuit Outdoors or on Outdoor Channel or something like that.
Okay.
Have a little bit more publicity with everything.
Okay. Yeah. Takes time. Keep knocking on the doors and hunting and fishing. And yeah, exactly. So we'll keep working the grind. Well,
keep connecting with everybody. I mean, connecting with you and Musky Tails. And just keep it rolling,
Yeah.
Keep going forward.
Around here, that's what you see is a lot of community type of stuff in the outdoors, and people of all different, species and backgrounds are coming through. And you'll certainly continue to meet new faces as you come through. So Good deal. Well, thanks for taking some time today. And, again, looking forward to getting on the water with you, but, and kind of working with you through the tournaments and having you here in the shop. We always get people asking about, fishing in general. So we're always trying to turn people, your way and,
going to get this winter, going to have some extra time. So I'll be able to get my guide license this winter and we'll be able to guide next year.
That'd be good.
So
yeah, that'll make a big difference. Yep.
I plan on doing guiding out here.
Okay.
The chain. And then also I'll probably do a couple trips on Lake Michigan for salmon. And
okay.
Maybe some perch, hopefully.
You mentioned Lake Geneva. Do you do Lake Geneva much or no?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
I know a couple guys that do.
Okay.
I fished it a handful of times.
So you'd kind of focus your time here on the chain for guiding and stuff is kind of the idea?
This is my home waters.
Right.
I've been fishing for, like I said, 13, 14 years.
Cool.
And I have my dad's experience and a couple other people's experience. So
sure.
We'll get people on some fish here, whether it be panfish or walleye or, I mean, we could probably do muskies.
Good stuff,
Gotta fine tune that a little bit.
There you go, yeah. So, good deal.
Next year.
Well, this was fun, so thanks again. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
always good to see you. And, I'm sure I'll see you here in the coming days or weeks anyway. So, thanks again. Well, Kyle Dunn from Dunn Outdoors and Lake Zurich Brewery, thank you much and appreciate you joining us today. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
See you from Musky Tails.